There it goes. Check, 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 check. Okay. Got all your stuff? Okay. All right, guys. Welcome back. We're back. We're the Broadcast Brothers. I'm Justin Faisal. This is Jonah Holaba. And welcome to the men's race. Whitey Harrison, 2025 score race. Joe, what are you looking forward to today?
Well, I'm looking forward to
Not racing?
This is our first 9-man race of the year, and this is the first broadcast you and I have done in a while. So I'm just looking forward to hanging out with you today and watching some good action, and it's good to be here. We got a good crew. You know, we got Jane Creighton on the 1s and 2s. We got Scott Lincoln driving us around. We got you, myself. We got Eric with the eyes in the sky with his drone.
We got Jeff and Ronnie.
Yep,
helping out,
completing the crew. Ship. And you know, this is the first time we've ever brought this race live, so this is definitely one big beta test going into this year's Catalina. And
how did you feel about this morning with Mindy? She did great, huh?
Yeah, it was good fun.
A lot of fun.
Following that with her and you. And
she brought some really fun insight.
A lot of good insight and just a lot of good paddling from the women today. You know, I mean, it's like we said, it's the first race. It's the first 9-man race of the year, and it's just really good to see the, you know, clean water changes from what we could tell, and just clean paddling, and you know, it's a great time to be a canoe paddler right now.
Yeah.
And you know, Dana Point is always beautiful, so it's just really nice to be out here. The sun, the marine layer is pretty much breaking up, so we're probably gonna have some pretty sunny conditions and possibly some wind coming back.
We're waiting on one crew right now, which looks like they're in a hurry to get out to the line. We're gonna have a race start here any second. Oh, there it goes. Race start going, and we're underway.
Horn just went off. So, all right, Brad, let's talk about the crews that we're looking at for what's our top 3 you're thinking?
Well, we know that the Lanakila crew is got a couple fill-ins this race, so I'm hoping those guys get some really good experience, but they're missing some anchors for sure. NAC's got some unbelievable depth. Hano has some unbelievable depth, and I think that we're going to see them probably in the top. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, I mean, and kind of like what we were talking about on the call with Mindy for the women's race. You know, this is a shorter 9-man race. This is a shorter race for 9-man standards, right? It's only 20 miles. So, you know, it's on the coaches and whoever's making the combinations to have the right combinations, making the right moves at the right time. Because this is going to be a fast race today.
Yeah.
And a lot can happen in a short amount of time.
You know, judging on the women's distance was 20.7 miles. We saw a GPS reading on a speed trainer this morning. I imagine the men might be right around in there, 20 to 22 miles.
Probably. Yeah, you got to think. I know we got the camera facing on what looks like to be Marina Del Rey straight ahead, but from what I can see on the outside, it looks like, from what we're thinking, NAC, you know, the 3 teams that we're kind of paying close attention to today are going to be NAC, Hano, and Lanakila, of course.
Marina Del Rey is going to be hard to beat in the master or the senior or masters group, right? Or senior masters group.
Masters / senior masters. Yeah. So they're running an inside line, it looks like right now. But this race can pick up quickly in a hurry, right? Teams can separate pretty quickly today. So the start is very important, and that's funny to say, especially in a 9-man race where it sounds long, but again, this is a shorter race, so things will happen quickly.
The crew on the very outside looks like they shot out to a pretty far lead. 2 of them looks like sitting out there. 3 of them this definitely NAC. I can see the blue bow.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the kind of moves that they make for a 9-man season. They're, like you said earlier, they got a lot of depth. And, you know, Will Reckenstein is putting together
an unbelievable program.
Yeah, great group of guys. Yeah.
Stephen Rohde, Hano's got a great
Yeah.
program going.
And both crews,
Yeah.
a lot of young guys.
Yeah, a lot
right?
of young guys.
Like,
yeah.
So we'll see. Our crew at Lanakila, we're able to hold down the Iron Champs, right? And we got a solid 6 guys. And what's great about today is Danny is going to be able to introduce some of our up-and-coming paddlers in the fold for a 9-man season. And, he gets to tinker with other up-and-coming guys. And today is going to be like the first time he gets to play with that. So,
well, if there's a guy out there that's got a plan, it's Danny Ching, right? I mean, you paddle with him.
yeah, he's always got something up his sleeve. I mean, heck, he was trying to get me to go out there today with, he was trying to get creative with like, oh, maybe, we can call the race and I jump in for a change or what, but like, I don't know, man, that sounds like a lot of moving parts.
You watering at the mouth right now a little bit, brother, or what?
I mean, yes, but I'm also excited to bring this live to you because I know this is something we haven't done for this particular race, and I know we have Catalina in about a month, so this is really good. So it's just good to get some beta tests and get some practice. But we're gonna jump into our drone imagery here. It looks like we got a nice battle out of the gates with
Hano and NAC.
Yeah, man.
Both in Malamas, it looks like.
All Malamas, and if I'm not mistaken, is that Lanakila slightly behind them in their Malama as well? So
unreal. Look at those two teams shot out really fast.
And from what I can tell, NAC is running they're pretty smooth. They're very patient, especially for it being such a short race.
And NAC is paddling those the new fad of the white Palapalas.
Yeah, the name of the paddles is
Wailea, right? Wailea.
Yeah, the name of the paddle is escaping me. So if anyone watching back home, if they want to chime in, yeah, I think it's called like Moke or Moke. I think.
Okay.
But yeah, if anyone out there watching knows, feel free to let us know in the comment section.
Hano look like they're taking a little lead there.
And this is a pretty common tactic. Hano, we saw them do this last year at Iron Champs. They start off pretty fast, but Will's guys, NAC, they run a very patient, very long stroke, and like you said earlier about Danny having a plan, Will definitely always has a plan too. So
yeah, beautiful shot there. Shot brought to you by
ERC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shot brought to you by ERC. I don't have an ERC graphic, otherwise it's Eric.
But yeah, definitely brought to you by Eric.
The Inferno.
From what I can see, I'm
really
looking at
strokes at both boats.
And we're circling around third place, Lanakila. You got Danny steering, of course. Yep. I want to say that's Brian Salogi 5. There's sounds like I'm making excuses. There's a lot of glare on the screen.
Yeah. Is Sink is stroking or who's stroking?
That looks like Tyler stroking. Okay, our producer is telling us that Ross is in 3. Yep, that definitely looks like Ross. I want to say that might be Mikey D'Angelo in 2.
Mikey D'Angelo is going to.
Mikey is going to college. He's going to. Oh no, I'm sorry. In 2, that is David. Yeah, but yeah, Mikey D'Angelo, our token junior paddler on our men's team, he is on his way to the University of Hawaii. So we're really excited for him. His brothers attending their
Graduated.
Or just graduated.
We're going to have our drone captain float back a little bit. Let's take a look at 4th and 5th place here. Three-way tie there, yeah.
Big battle, yeah.
Crew.
So kind of what we were saying, right? The 3 teams we're talking about, they're going to most likely separate.
Yeah.
But I think today is going to be the story of Hano and NAC's depth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To me, I think that's the story. I mean, of course, our guys at Lanakila, we're lacking.
Oh, that
some
yellow
more
crew, that yellow boat, that's a shell boat. That's Newport Outrigger.
in the Montahina.
Yeah, the Montahina. That's Chris Cornejo's group.
Just and it's
Well, that's Team Cal right there inside.
Yeah, looks like we got Saul, the Kiwi Crusher, Dobson,
Yep.
stroking. I recognize that.
Those
stroke.
stingrays. They use stingrays. I think so. All parts.
And then when they're not paddling, they use the beaver tail
Yeah, the beef.
for pickleball.
This shot brought to you by Quickblade. Train hard, go fast, have fun.
So yeah, so it looks like we got Saul 1. What is that? Is that Tim Doherty in 2?
Yep.
And then fill in the blank after that.
Super Dave's in 4.
Sure, Jim Terrell's in there.
Super Dave's in
probably
4.
in there.
See, we were talking earlier about having a Creighton in your back
Yeah.
pocket, whether if it's steering or on a motorboat, as a producer. And we shout out to Jane Creighton for keeping all her ducks in a row.
Taking care of us youngins. Even though I'm not that much younger than Jane Creighton, but thank you. Yeah. I'm a lot prettier. Ron just said she's a hell of a lot prettier, but I disagree. I'm ruggedly handsome. It's well known throughout the industry. Yeah.
So if that's Team Cal, that's probably our first place senior master team.
That's Marina Del Rey right here with the white polyphomolas as well.
Okay.
I know Lindsay made a change, or some of his guys made a change to those blades.
And you got the likes of Earl. Is that Lindsay steering? Yeah, that looks like Lindsay.
Yeah.
Lindsay makes wearing a hood look really cool
I
paddling.
know. Can you imagine if I wore a hood, Braddahs? It would look like a sun. Just
Yeah, you would look like a lollipop. And I want to say that's Tiago in 4. So they're running a Masters team, I believe, because Tiago's still 40. And then we got on screen here, we got Lanakila's second crew. They're young and feisty.
Yeah, man.
We got a lot of new guys. So I'm looking at seat 3, Sean. He was novice last year, so it's good. No, that's Blake. That's Blake steering. But they got a handful of new guys. So earlier this morning we were talking about depth, right? And clubs building their program and just really bringing up newer paddlers. And so you got the likes of, like, I want to say seat 5 is Nick.
That's the infamous red can. They call it shark buoy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not make it go better.
Huh?
That's not make it go better.
Ski too, I think.
Surf ski, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Julie Wolf got the shark bite there.
It was not a small bite.
We're gonna watch Scott Lincoln swim there soon, later today. And we're gonna troll him behind the boat.
All right, so Hano's running. Looks like you got Carter in seat 2. I imagine this is their second crew. They run deep, that team. I remember some of the 6-man races, they would have like 3 crews in the top 15, top 12,
Yeah.
top 15. So lots of depth. Is NEC, we're kind of inching closer to
Yeah,
that?
we're kind of angling in.
converge
Yeah,
here
we're taking
soon.
the angle on them. Yep.
Yeah, sounds good.
We're here right now. We're here. Looks like Hano's just a little bit out there. NAC's moving along very nice. Joe, what do you think so far? these guys look like they're taking a pretty long stroke. They're relaxed.
Yeah, they're really making the most out of that Malama slide. And
I like how you coined that.
yeah,
So
I mean,
explain a
what
little
it
bit
does.
about it. So what we're talking about, guys, is the ERC Malama 6-man, designed and built here by Will Reichenstein in Oceanside, hand built, and they paddle a little different than other canoes. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, it feels that way. It feels like it has a long water line. And I also wonder too, we're over 10 years here in California. We're over 10 years of paddling in unlimited canoes.
Right.
And so we all kind of have the sense of what a lighter canoe should feel like. And, Will just did an outstanding job in designing this canoe to work with, to kind of work with what we're seeing out of Tahiti, right? We're seeing a lot of smooth, long paddle. A lot of people are, when we used to paddle with spec canoes, we used to talk about like using your body, right? And part of me thinks that we kind of got away from that as soon as we jumped into unlimited canoes because they're so light.
Yeah.
And the tendency you would feel from the limited canoes, it gives you that instant feedback of lifting. And I think we would kind of jerk ourselves off the speed, for lack of a better term. And what we're finding now with the Malamas is there's so much speed in it that you can be a little bit more patient and be a little bit more relaxed is a wrong word,
Yeah.
but less tense.
Yeah. Do you find that Malama holds the whole speed a little bit better than, or it's manageable, a little bit predictable?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, better is a wrong word. It's just, both like all unlimited canoes are fast, right? There's a lot of fast paddling going on in today's world. And I don't know if there's something about the length of the Malama. I mean, they're all mostly, I don't know what the specs are on the Malama, if it's slightly longer than the Malolo. But the feeling I get versus the two canoes is the Malama slides kind of similar to how the Matahina.
It's got a little bit wider belly in it. Yeah.
Yeah. And because it's lighter, it offers that it's easier to get back up to speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the Malolo still gives you that speed initially, but it lifts. And check it out, like the top two crews, they are starting to form distance immediately right off the bat.
Yeah. Once we turned the can, they opened up pretty fast.
Danny guys, Lanakila, they're holding on to third, but the gap between first and second behind is starting to stretch, and their fourth place is starting to really creep up on Lanakila currently. But yeah, so this is the race today, right? We're looking at NAC super patient. We saw earlier Hano they jumped out, right? They attacked early, but you notice how Will guys they were patient, and I like to think that there's going to be surf coming back.
Yep.
And I like NAC's chances in the surf.
Yep.
Okay, so we got eyes on Lanakila currently. So you notice how they got a higher cadence, right? They're in attack mode. They're trying to keep that momentum, right? It's still early in the race. We're maybe a mile into the race?
Yeah.
So this is that point of the race where, you start to tell the story of what's going to happen. Again, it's a shorter, long distance 9-man race. So time to go now.
So if you look at the difference between the strokes of what we're watching with NAC, Hano, and Lanakila, you see Lanakila up front a lot.
Yeah.
You see Hano and NAC sitting up a lot. How does that affect the way the canoe runs?
Well, it's giving your canoe time to travel, right? We always talk about setting our blades, right? And Jim Terrell actually had a really good video recently about I think it was like him and a bicycle and talking about like gears,
Yep.
right? And looks like we're panning back to NAC and just to kind of get that comparison in stroke, but it's if you got a fit team, like you got a really fit team, and you got smaller guys, and the canoe is lifting and it's staying high, and you can hold that, you can sustain it. Yeah, why not? Utilize that. But there's going to be a time where you can't. Danny always talks about this all the time. Like if you go up, there's nowhere else to go really in
Right,
your stroke rate.
right.
So you're going to have to shift down and lengthen.
Manage the
Yeah,
speed.
you're going to have to get into that big wheel sooner or later.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the boys at Lanakila right now, they're still in that small wheel. They're still trying to.
Yeah.
They're still trying to find that that settle in speed, where guys like or the crews like NAC Dana right now they've settled in.
You always talk about the burst too, the pickup. If you're constantly in the small wheel and you're turning, how do you gain that next level of speed? There's not really, like you said, right?
Yeah, and you got to settle sooner or later, and that's the beauty of when you settle, you have, especially if you got a bunch of strong guys on your team that are paddling with leverage. When you're paddling with that leverage, you're giving your crew the opportunity to go back up.
Right.
Once you have length. But the reverse to that, if you're starting high and you haven't quite settled down, again, you're not really there's nowhere else to go. It's hard to go above that.
These guys are really putting an opening on the pack here. Yep. We're going to take a look at some other teams here a little bit back.
But yeah, you got the likes of here. We're actually back to NAC, but it looks like you got Will steering, you got Allen 5, Judson 4. I want to say that's Chester in 3, and it's tricky to identify seats 1 and 2, but man, they're looking really good, looking really patient.
It's pretty easy to identify seat 6 because he always paddles with no shirt on. Who happens to be the designer of that boat.
But Hano right now on the outside to them, I know the camera's not picking up. They're making another burst, right? They're just really trying to hang on to NAC from what it looks like.
Oops, sorry. I'm getting this shot.
But on that NAC team, you're going to have guys like Claudio. I want to say Matt Earls. That could be Matt Earls in 2. Is Justice racing at NAC? Justice?
Might be, but I don't know if he's in the first crew, starting crew at least.
Oh, is that John Hamilton in 1? That could be John Hamilton in 1. But yeah, you can we got a somewhat of a side-by-side, right? Like,
yeah.
Yes, Hano does look patient, right? But check out how much more patient NAC looks.
Yeah.
Right? And
they're letting the canoe work, it seems like.
Yeah.
Which is the art in itself. Understanding how to feel the canoe and let it work,
In real time, too. That's not, I mean, that just requires practice and a lot of chemistry with your guys. So bring it back to, we have Team Cal. Looks like they're battling. So this is the Masters battle right here. This is the Master Blaster right there.
Oh, with Marina Del Rey.
2 different paddles.
Yep.
Right? You got the Stingray. Brought to you by Quick Blade. And is that G in steering that?
Yeah, that's G.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Beautiful shot. This is going to be a battle today in this class, this race class. These guys are going to be on each other all day.
And there's a lot of legacy, right, with these 2 crews. Yeah. A lot of guys that been at it for years.
Yep. Look how smooth those guys are, man. Unreal.
Most of the guys
Yeah. This is mostly the Samoa team, right? The IVF team.
And so, I mean, if this, the Marina Del Rey guys, they've been paddling together, for years. They did the Samoa race, like you were talking about, the IVF. The last time the IVF distance race happened, do we know if they're going back to Brazil? Is Thiago kind of leading that charge?
There's a group of them going back, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So the camera's not picking it up, but Hano
Yeah, I
Hano
think the
has
drone is not-
overlapped with Hano Hano has overlapped with NAC right now. Okay, so we're back to the leaders, 1 and 2. Hano Hano has somewhat overlapped with NAC.
There we
And
go.
it is a left-hand turn. So
Yeah, coming up, yeah. But it's still a ways up. I mean, we're 8 miles off the turn. Or 7 miles off the turn. These guys are putting in some, man, they opened up a lot.
yeah, they really did. And you gotta think that they're gonna open up even more after the first change.
Yeah. First change coming in 30 minutes here, which should be coming up anytime now. Yeah.
And to me, right, like if you're with a race like this, where again it's a shorter, quote unquote shorter 9-man race, you're stacking your opening crew,
Yep.
for your starting crew.
Yep.
You want to get in position immediately. A lot more texture in the water compared to the ladies race, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of fun coming downhill with these guys. I think the tide's gonna work in their favor. I think we're gonna see it stack up around the corner. Should see some good rides coming in. So, how many Dana 9-mans have you participated in?
Like handful, maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
This race always what I love about paddling in Dana, whether it's the 1-man race or the 9-man race, there's always conditions, even when the wind report is low. And it's always beautiful. It's always a beautiful landscape.
Yeah, we're running on the inside of the guys because when they go to make changes, there's a ton of wash that happens. Yeah. We're trying to just keep our equipment dry. So we're trying to keep Joe dry.
It's funny with the wind now. It's a little chillier.
Yeah, well, between races, we're sitting back there. It's getting warm.
Yeah.
But these guys are feeling the heat, even paddling.
Yeah, I guess our skipper Scott Lincoln, he jumped in the water a little while ago, and he said the water was pretty warm.
Yeah.
So.
Even though it's a little overcast, the UV index is probably still pretty high.
Yeah, and Hano Hano will not let NAC go, and that's what they got to do, man. Like,
yeah,
both teams are pretty evenly distributed as far as like depth, I'd say. NAC. I think NAC has a little bit more, I guess, talent, individual talent. But to me, the edge. I mean, we'll see who has the edge today. But Hano Hano has been paddling together for years, right? Where NAC, they just picked up the likes of Judson, Claudio, Matt Earls. They were on other teams in years past. So they're still kind of feeling things out. And that's the beauty of 9-man paddling is you can run combinations, right? That's what everyone's doing today.
You paddle with Danny Ching a lot. I imagine these guys are pretty ecstatic paddling with Will Reichenstein.
Yeah, I mean, Will is just like Danny, just a great example for paddling. He's a great leader, and talking to that guy every so often, he's constantly looking at it from the long view, right? He knows what he has, and he is just he has the talent, he's got the depth, and he's looking forward to just kind of merging the two, right?
Yeah.
From a long-term standpoint. And it's just so cool to see that, he designed and built these canoes. He's not making them himself.
Now you got the top teams paddling.
You got the top teams using them. And
almost to the point where it's undeniable.
Undeniable.
I mean, nothing. I'm not saying anything bad about the other canoes. I'm just saying that, and what you and I have both been paddling a long time. Canoe design's come a long way in 20 years.
Yeah, and how cool is this right now? Like we're looking, so here in Southern California, it's all considered unlimited canoes, right? It's unlimited division, I should say. And before there used to just be one unlimited canoe, right? Like all you saw was a pool camp
Yep.
Malolo.
Yep.
And it was like that for heck, like we've been at this for what, 12 years? It was like that for at least 10 of those years. And now you got Will's Canoe, you got the Malama, the Matahina is here, and paddlers are using that. And then you're also
Hydra.
seeing the Hydra from
Yeah.
Kaiba'a and Ozone. So the future is pretty bright, and it's great to see, and just the integrity of these canoes. They're well built, right? They can withstand, paddling here in California. We're starting to see the Malama now in Hawaii, and yeah, man, it's exciting to see.
I will say that being part of a club that owns 2 Malamas, there's something special about Will randomly calling me like, "How are my boats doing?
Yeah.
Are they holding up okay? I want to come by and take a look at them." And he just, he cares so much. It's hard not to support him.
Yeah, local. We always want to support local businesses, right? And he's homegrown. That Will is homegrown, so. But you know what, man? Hano is
Inching up on him.
yeah. From our vantage point, we can't tell who's holding the lead, but
Looks like they're cutting in for changes here.
kind of jockeying for position.
Well, you got a boat diving in pretty hard. The reef runner's diving in pretty hard.
It's got reduced.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna take you airborne for the first change here. All the crews just got released for the changes. I think Kel Thompson Schwartz is driving the reef runner
Okay.
for Will right now.
Okay.
She raced this morning, I know that. And I think she's their captain today. Yeah. I mean, most people know that are watching the channel know about Canoes and Cocktails, and Kel and Will, obviously, they've been friends forever.
Hanabata days.
Honorable
sure.
days, yeah. All the embarrassing moments. These guys are really pushing each other hard.
It's going to be that way. What did Mindy say this morning? You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Pretty good quote there. We got paddlers in the water. Looks like Hano's gonna be the first to draw blood here. We're taking you airborne for our first. Okay, we're airborne. We got guys in the water. Looks like they're lined up.
Here you go. First men's change of 2025 right here.
Looks like it's gonna be a 1-3-5 change. NAC pushing hard past them right here. So it's amazing to think. Are the head games already starting right now, Joe?
100%.
Yeah. Early on.
Yeah.
30 minutes in, we're already.
And Will's got guys in there right now, right? You got the likes of Judson, Allen. He's got a lot of experience on that team. Those guys can go long.
Yeah.
Right. So
they can do 45 minutes for it.
Yeah. So if maybe I don't know what Will's strategy is, but if there's an opportunity to stagger those changes, right? Kind of get that one for one, type of, it's gamesmanship at its finest, right?
Yep.
It's good race strategy. Yeah, it looks like they're not in a rush to change, right? We got eyes on their motorboat right now, and some of their paddlers, bro, like that guy, one of their paddlers is probably eating a sandwich. I wonder if that's Tyson Poplar, actually.
Right? Tyson eating a sub before he gets in. He's like,
Yeah, man.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like
But-
Popeye with the can of spinach.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you're gonna see Hano just their style. They constantly attack. We're gonna get eyes on our third place crew here coming up. Lanakila, they're about to do their first change. We got Josh and his rubber ducky motoring up ahead. And you know what? They have there's a bit of a gap between them and first and second, but to the inside of them, I want to say is that it's kind of hard to tell from here with the glare, but I want to say is that the Marina Del Rey?
Oh,
could
we
be
got
Marina
a lot
Del
of
Rey.
Keela guys in the water right here. Josh doing his signature quick drop.
Here we go. Let's see it, boys. So we got a
135
yeah.
change. Get in, boy. Nice change.
Wow.
Oh, that was beautiful. Super nice.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You know, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I can't tell from here, of course, but I thought Cinkus was racing with them today. That could have changed.
Yeah, I don't recognize him in there, but
Probably going to go change. Eric Steve now.
So we were talking about Mikey D'Angelo,
yeah,
and it looks like he's stroking that Lanakila team.
we're coming up on it.
Got their junior stroking their crew. All right, so we got eyes in the skies right now. Okay. Okay, so
Okay, we're gonna see NAC make a change here.
and speaking of that change, they changed in their tempo a little bit, knowing that they're getting out. NAC did.
Right.
So those guys are giving it up right now. This is a pretty big. This is a big moment of the race. You know, we were talking earlier about stacking your opening crew.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna really see the depth of both Hano and NAC in
Yeah.
action right here, right now. So Claudio was hot dogging and eating a hot dog earlier. We saw him. So we know he's on the crew, so he's gonna be getting in.
That's good.
Justice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tyson, maybe.
and then I guess Tyson.
I imagine they're gonna let Will paddle a little bit today.
Yeah. Yeah, he's equipped for it, that's for sure.
All right, Kelly's bringing the guys around here. We're gonna see him make a jump. Right, if they do a steersman change this early, that's gonna be pretty wild.
Have Tyson come in this
Yeah.
year, maybe.
Yeah, in the first change.
That would be wild. And that, you know what? And again, like we were saying earlier, Will is taking the long view, right?
Yep.
Maybe he's just running a combination.
Yep, you might be sandbagging this a little bit.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a 3-person change.
Yeah, for sure. We've got 3 guys in the water.
So knowing that, right, Hano right now, they're slightly in attack mode too.
They're trying to
gotta
open up a little bit
The
here.
steersman's gonna look over, and as soon as he sees that change happening, he's gonna call in up.
Yeah, you can see them. They already made the move. Oh, Will's staying in. We got a 135 change. Nice. Nice change, boys.
Yeah, it was a good change.
Hey.
Right on. I don't know.
Seat 5 looked to me, it looked like it was Alan Wright's in seat 5.
Yeah. Yes. Just saw them change strokers. Justice came in to stroke. Tyson jumped in the middle of the crew, and Claudio jumped into 5. Got eyes on Hano Hano here. And they opened up a little bit of space, a little bit of real estate to play with here.
Yeah, they got some work. NAC's got some work to do, but
they got fresh bodies in.
They got fresh bodies, and their body language is very ancient, right?
I was going to ask you about that. So when you're watching these guys after a change, and you see them, sitting up, open chest. I mean, they look like they're ready to make that ground up.
Yeah, and right here, what we're seeing now is, you see how they're really, like you're saying, opening up their chest, but they're really getting it forward.
Yeah.
Right? Forward, and then just giving the canoe that time. It's a split second, just giving that canoe time to move forward. Because it's, like we like to say, you're not cooling the water. You want to move yourself forward, right?
To your paddle,
and you're connected to the canoe. Yeah, if NAC plays this game all day, they're gonna put the pressure on Hano Hano. Hano Hano's got a higher cadence, right?
Yeah.
They're still somewhat patient, but you could just kind of sense a little bit of a aggression, right?
Yeah.
It's just they're kind of forcing that exit a little bit. And if NAC keeps this up, that's going to pay major dividends for them going downwind as well.
Yeah.
Especially if they're this close.
Yeah. So these are your leaders here, guys. Hano Hano and NAC sitting 1 and 2.
And they are
relentless.
Stretching the field.
Yeah, they are being relentless right now.
Lanakila is probably 300 yards behind, holding on. But slightly to the inside of them, looks like a blue canoe. I can't identify, but I want to say that's Marina Del Rey.
Marina Del Rey, yeah.
Okay.
Because the red jerseys would have been Team Cal. I think they're on the inside right here. We're going airborne here. This is Marina Del Rey. Be the first Masters or senior or Masters crew, right? Masters.
They might be running Masters because Thiago is in his 40s.
Yeah.
The Brazilian bomber.
Looking really strong. Slow down.
Cool. Good thing. We're gonna catch them out of that. Here, quick.
We got Team Cal sitting there, right in 4th place overall or 5th place overall, but battling pretty hard with.
I gotta say, for a bunch of scrappy older fellas, they look pretty patient too.
Oh, good. I know we're not seeing them on screen right now, but I gotta say, because we're close to NAC.
Yeah.
Will sitting in 6, paddle steers like he paddles.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Well, and that's the beauty of these canoes too, is it really holds a line.
Yeah.
They're we were talking earlier about it's harder to steer or harder to turn the unlimited canoes. Turning these canoes are, a little bit more challenging.
Yeah. We're still airborne now, sitting with the 2 Masters crews, Team Cal and Marina Del Rey, which will be coming up soon enough on a sideboard shot. We'll get them in the mix here. But these guys are holding on pretty tight. They're really fast.
Yep. They train hard, have fun, Go fast. Is that what you're
Train hard, go fast, have fun.
train? Yeah, train hard, go fast, have fun. That's probably their training strategy.
All right, we're gonna watch a change here. Hano making the change here. Their second crew. Okay. You know, Joe, curious to ask the importance of what these guys are doing in the first 9-man race, especially considering that they're a lot of these guys, some of them probably their first race
Yeah.
in getting this experience.
Yeah, you know, it's what's great is this is the first race. This is the first 9-man race of the year, right?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna you want to limit mistakes, but if you're gonna make any mistakes, right? You'd rather make mistakes for the Whitey Harrison Classic than Catalina.
Right.
So,
Yeah, good call.
you know, and guys are tinkering. Coaches are tinkering. We got eyes on Danny's crew right now. He's tinkering, right? He's bringing up guys that haven't raced on the first crew for 9-man, right? He's kind of testing the mettle of some of these paddlers. Constantly, always coaching, just learning about your crew, and that's the beauty of this race because it's the first one.
Yeah.
It's a training and a learning opportunity. And we're
Them right here.
fortunate. We're fortunate here in California to have 9-man races like this early,
Right.
right? Where you look like Hawaii, I mean, they're just coming off of sprint season, right? I think their first 9-man race, I don't know exactly when, but I want to say that the Whitey Harrison race is one of the first 9-man races of the year.
Right now we got Marina Del Rey on screen. They're coming up, charging really hard here. You know, Lindsay sure has built a nice program up there. He's got some solid anchors up there, you know.
Yeah, those guys, they always have fun. They look really good, actually.
Yeah.
And they are nipping at the heels of Lanakila right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Lanakila's gonna be battling them all day too.
I do like Lanakila's line.
Yep.
You know, we're talking about Quick Blade or Team California. They're kind of gambling here, taking this inside line. Maybe they got some knowledge that we don't know about, but knowing that it's a left-hand turn coming up soon, actually, kind of looks like the leaders, they're slightly outside of the crews that we could see here. So you got to think that the first turn is coming up here shortly.
Oh, Marina's making a change right here on screen. Got a 2-man drop, it looks like. Yep, that's a 2-4 change. This will probably be their second change already, right? I'd imagine.
And that's interesting, right? Only running a 2-man change. There's strategy to that, right?
Yeah, there is.
Keeping your
You let one of your really well rested guy or strong guys get an extra set of rest, or maybe you got a guy that's not so strong and you need to let him rest.
or and just speed too, right? The more guys you take out, the slower the crew
That's
gets.
right. Yeah, sure.
So are we on? We got eyes
Yeah,
on. So is that the legend himself in seat 1?
That is.
Stroking?
Yep. That's Jimmy Terrell up in front there stroking.
They look good.
Yeah, man.
Maybe it's the red jerseys.
Yeah, maybe. You love your red jerseys, yeah. Red's always faster, right? That's
Red's
what
always
everyone
faster.
says. These guys have paddled together for a long time as well as Lindsay's group.
So yeah, gang, you're this is our top 5 here And there's a pretty significant gap behind Team California and was that Team Newport?
Yeah, Newport Outrigger and the Montahina back there.
All right, so we're back to third place, Lanakila. Yeah, so just Braddahs, just real quick, you see their body? You see how like they are rocking forward, but I'm kind of seeing a slight misfire, right? You see
Okay.
how like the canoe kind of stalls a little bit?
Yeah.
There's a lot going in, but I'm not seeing a lot coming out when they're coming out.
I mean, what do you think's going through Danny's head right now? Sitting in 6.
You know, Danny's always coaching, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he's
But he's also a competitor too.
he's competitive, yeah. You know, Danny's he's shorthanded today, right? Let's be clear on that one.
Yep.
But so it's probably it's a coaching opportunity, right?
Yep.
Again, we're talking about guys like Mike D, who's bringing out, he's still a junior, and you know, you got the likes of Tyler. It looks like Tyler right now in C1, Dragon Boater, right? So it's just good experience for these guys.
Yeah.
You know, you got guys. I think Brian Salogi's in there. And the fact that they're holding a third place position today is pretty good. I'm very sure that the reason why they're holding that is because of seat 6, but yeah, it's a good learning opportunity for them today. I just hope they can, you know, they can kind of bring out that Lanakila metal, especially coming back downwind.
Yeah.
And they can keep it surfing because the likes of Marina and Team California, there's a lot of experience on these teams.
Right.
And typically when you have that experience, it really pays off going downwind.
Yep.
So I hope
they don't get overly excited.
Yeah. So I hope Danny guys and Lanakila, they can hold this.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna let this Masters first go. We're gonna drop back a little bit, catch some of the guys. We'll see you guys on the turnaround, Team Cal.
Speaking of shorthanded, another guy that's missing from our team is Tim Berdiak.
Oh man.
Shout out that guy. He just had himself they had him and his wife Andra, they had their first baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so he's definitely out of, you know, he's out of pocket right now.
True. Speaking of baby girls, Joe and Mallory were kind enough to drop Maggie off with Julie, my wife Julie, this morning, and hopefully she comes back in one piece.
From the photos that I saw, she was having a blast
they're having a great time
with the other kids and dogs. And it sounds like your sister's heading over.
Yeah, she's over there
with
right
Coco
now.
and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a kid fest at my house.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you guys are watching, we love you guys.
Yep. Love you guys very much.
But yeah, so
we're gonna bring in the drone here. We got a little bit of a gap here between.
Yeah, let's see the rest of the field. I think was a Newport Outrigger.
Yeah, you got the Hano second team. You got Newport Outrigger coming up. You got a Lanakila's second team. You might have a Hano third team here too. Two of them.
You know what, Brad? Kind of like how I thought. I mean, I know we're heading north.
Yeah.
But
we're out a little bit.
And there wasn't much wind in the forecast. Check out the water. It actually kind of settled down a little bit. And you know, it doesn't seem like they're fighting as much wind right now. Kind of standard heat wave conditions right here in Southern California. Yeah, right. It's just
nice flying, Eric. Thank you. All right, guys, we're gonna fall back a little bit here. This is Hano's second crew right here. And we're talking about depth, you know, today a little bit on some of these crews, but you got multiple Hano crews up here. The two other teams.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So there's a great chance that we could see 3 Hano teams in the top 10 today.
Yeah.
Wow. Big statement.
How many members the Honolulu has? You guys know out
Great question. Yeah.
there, just shout. I'm kind of curious.
I actually don't have eyes on our. Yeah. Let's see.
What do you think, Rob? As expected this morning so far, or today so far?
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of expectations, but we kind of knew the story was going to be, NAC, Hano Hano, Lanakila, and I think we were gonna, and we'll still get to see it, the depth, right, of both Hano Hano and NAC, and it's just great to be out here again. This is, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the broadcast. Braddahs. We're here for the 2025 Whitey Harrison Classic out of Dana Point, and this is the first time we're ever bringing it live. So thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
And we're excited to see. We're still heading up swell, and we're excited to see how the crews look going down swell, somewhat down swell. I mean, as we get closer to Dana, I'm sure the swell will stack up a little bit, but
Yeah, you're seeing on screen Dana Point's men's crew, their first crew, and then focus. Close. It's looking really good. Outside out there, you got Lanakila. Right there in the pocket, it's going to be Port Outrigger in that yellow Montadita. We see that canoe race, Shelval racing for Catalina last year, and making a go at it. And making a change. Yeah, that was a 4-5 change. That was a interesting strategy on that one.
4 or 5, huh?
Yeah, 4-5 change. That must mean they must have changed 1, 2, and 3 on their first change.
Yeah, that is interesting, and that's so fun to see all the different teams' philosophies on it, right? And it's kind of like coaches, the good coaches, they set their paddlers up for success, right? And maybe it's like, hey, you know what, we're gonna set this paddler up in seat 4 because that's where they do the best in for our team. So
That's a pot.
yeah. Our producer is talking, Jane. She's talking about how when we had Mindy on this morning, I guess Hano Hano's philosophy is they have a pod approach to their changes where they have like.
While I was working the camera, I didn't really pay close attention, so.
They basically they have like a 4, 5, 6 change. So like that means you're changing your steersman a good amount of times too. So you're keeping your steersman fresh.
Yeah, no, man, it's kind of been I wouldn't say rebuilding here, but they lost a couple guys on the NEC over the offseason.
Sorry, say that again.
Dana lost.
Yeah, a lot of them went to NEC.
Yeah. Oh, Claudio was paddling down there at Dana.
Claudio's paddling at NEC now. Yeah, he was Dana. Yeah.
Right behind Dana there is going to be Wanakee, the second crew out there on the outside. They're looking pretty smooth.
You're starting to really see the field really kind of converge together, kind of similar to what we were watching this morning with the women in co-ed. And it's a battle for, all right, who's going to scratch their way into the top 10, right?
Right behind Lanakila is going to be Newport Outrigger and yellow Montadita.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Newport Outrigger, they kind of fell back a little bit. They had a really good start.
Yeah.
They kind of dropped back a little bit.
Well, Newport, I know Chris has been working guys, and he's got kind of a program building. They probably don't have a lot of depth yet.
Yeah. I think he's got some younger guys
in
too.
irons.
Yeah.
Finishing top. I know the last I had a chance to finish fifth. So he's got a strong core, proof. But nine man requires the other three paddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the story of today is depth,
Yeah.
right? And we're looking. I mean, I can't speak to the rest of the teams out there, but I don't know what their depth looks like, but you're really seeing the teams, the top three right now, that they have the most depth.
Got the first Hokulua boat right here.
Paddling in some warm waters
Out for them,
for
right?
once for them. Yeah, good for them.
Dana on the other side of them looks like their second group. Quite a big gap for the next group.
Man, let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about what we saw this morning with the Dana women, right? Here we are again. The word of today is depth, and what we saw out of Dana women who don't eat Brandy's not there, right? They're missing a lot of paddlers, and they just separated. They were gone. It's incredible how
Not only
that
do they
program.
have depth,
Yeah.
they got depth in their age groups.
Yeah. And there's a lot of talent, right? You got, of course, Brandy, who's a really good paddler. You got Candace Appleby, who's a stud stand-up paddler, but she's making that move to Outrigger, and it's incredible. So again, congrats to them for winning in their home waters today, and I want to know, does anyone know out there, is Dana women, are they gonna travel to Hawaii this year and go race the Nawahine Okekai? We all want to know.
Yeah, Team Brown is tough.
Yep. And being good in California is one thing, and being fast in California is one thing. But man, going to Hawaii, racing in those waters, man, it's a different ball game there. It's a different ballpark. It's a different ball game. So, but yeah, we would love to see that. And then you got we saw who's that top team from Tahiti with Iloha and
Iolani.
Yeah, Ihilani. They came out here to Catalina to race, and they're good too. So it would be pretty neat to see all three of those teams.
Iolani is kind of comprised of some of the original Teva girls.
Yep.
And Teva, I think, the only crew that's beat Dana in the last 10 years across
Catalina. Wow.
That's been a long time. Dana's been like legacy on top dynasty.
Yeah. It'd be kind of fun to see, right? Let's say if like a team like Dana was racing, their plans were to race Molokai. And I know we don't see spec canoes out in the field, anymore.
Yeah.
But let's say they're trying to train for Molokai, like who's to say they couldn't just race in a spec canoe? I guess it's not allowed. I don't know. I don't know the rules, but that would be pretty fun to see, just given how good they are, right? Go race in a spec canoe for maybe Oceanside, just as a trial run.
I kind of feel like it needs to happen sooner than later, because it's like Mayweather and Pacquiao, bro. Talked about for a decade.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like.
I know. Just wait till one team is their prime is has run out.
Yeah. Get a little bit of hope and low on screen here.
That was probably one of the biggest disappointments in boxing history. That bout, that was such a bad bout, man. That was not good. I mean, what was worse, like that fight or the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight?
Oh, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul is definitely worse.
Yeah.
Man, Hokulua looks great, man.
Oh, they're probably fired up. They're in warm waters, warm weather.
But no, sir.
And you know what I love about Hokuloa is they always show up. They're always there, you know,
Good
good
travel.
group of guys. Yep. Small batch, right? Solid guys.
Slow down and pick up. Hey, Scott, let's slow down and we'll pick up some of this guy back here.
Yeah, I wonder now if we can actually get closer to the
maybe,
paddlers,
yeah.
right? Of course, we don't want to get in the way, but
That's okay. We're the oh, it's okay. We're the broadcast brothers. They'll understand. Everybody wants a camera time. Everybody needs, yeah.
yeah, you say that, and I can't help but to think back to that time. Was one of the V1 races where you had like Stevie Boy just like telling us to get the hell out of the way.
Pack opened up pretty fast. Top men are gone, and there's some crews that are pretty far back, what I can see. It's like NAC second crew.
And you know, I'm looking north right now, and it looks like crews have already made that first left-hand turn.
Let's cut it, and we'll just sit here again. Thanks, Scott. So we're gonna do similar to how we did with the Wahinas. We're gonna cut the course. We're gonna sit when the guys come back at us, and then we're gonna cut the course and go get the top guys. As we said, we knew this would be a fast course.
Yeah.
For these guys, and it's obvious that we're wrong about that.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what's happening with NAC and Hanohano right now.
Oh, we're gonna see it soon enough.
Yep.
Guys, hang on tight for that. We're gonna be catching up to the league, in, seeing how they're doing in a short amount of time here. You know, just like Mindy was saying this morning, we do our best to try and get everybody we can, but events races tend to open up really, really big gaps,
Yeah.
and it's hard to get everybody. So
We end up in the doldrums, like Mindy said.
got a big group right here. Yeah, a lot of folk top. Lucky for us, Scott Lincoln's on the job.
So you know what, Braddahs? So I'm pulling up last year's results, and of course Lanakila won, right? But Hano got NAC not by much, only by a minute.
So this is a payback bout.
This is a payback bout. You know, NAC is a lot more equipped this year than they were last year. So, and I don't know Hano's situation, but again, Hano, they're that team that's just been, you know, they've had that depth for years, and they're just kind of right on the outside looking in, and I imagine that they're looking to make that next step, take that next step.
So we're hoping to catch more guys here, but if the speed pack is moving so fast, we got to make our move early.
Oh, it's amazing how far Dana Point looks from here where we are. It's wild, man. Yeah.
You know, the wind is cruise and the point cruise is good, but the average speed is just so much more
different. The water is different too. The currents, like the ladies they're really fighting current going out, and it didn't seem that way for the men. I mean, they're fighting a little bit more wind, but as you know, current always beats wind.
Actually, for me, wind can beat current too. Like a giant sail tipping on a windmill. There's no aerodynamics.
But they'll definitely. It looks like they'll have some some texture to play with going back. Some half footers. Eric, can you grab that? All of it. Like, just make sure it doesn't fall over. Oh, it won't? Okay.
Backdrop of the tuna back there. That the field is opened up. It's not even halfway through.
Yeah.
I think Hano and NAC are going to be in Modelo mode, or something's got to be during the last point.
Huh. Or maybe that's how serious they are. Like, no Modelos until the end of the season.
Lindsay Richmond texted me that this race started in 1972. Yeah, 1972, first year of the race.
And that's when they were going from Newport to Dana. Okay, yeah, I wonder when they made that switch, because that's a really good run, man. That's good fun.
Miles.
Yeah.
Back made
Just straight shot, yeah.
Well, there are a lot of races that have been for us that would have been fun to watch.
Yeah.
January races have been fun to watch.
And you know what? And maybe with the unlimited design, maybe we could bring back some of these, hardcore races, right? That you hear legend of, right? Going 40-mile races.
Yeah. Right, guys, to run that race in Malibu now. Marina Del Rey, yeah.
Yeah, that was another great race, the Malibu Marina one-man race. Yeah, I missed that one. I kind of don't, though, because that was in my early years over here, and that was a slug. That is so flat. Oh. And there was always that hope, like, oh, like, it's in the springtime, there could be surf. And I've only done that race once, and it was like, this is flat, man. This is torture. It's like an 18-mile, just flat water death march.
On NBC? It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, so it sounds like Hano and NAC is. Well, if you're that close to NAC, it's Naka to Naka. But yeah. And thank you to our. I think I saw we had like 20 viewers on, so shout out to all you 20 viewers for watching us live. Yeah, well, we're on the Score of Facebook, right? But yeah, if you're just tuning in, thanks for watching today's Whitey Harrison Classic 2025.
When you look at that on the ocean, though, you see the conditions got to be beautiful for a little bit of
Yeah, I can't help but to think about Will might have a combination in his mind that he knows is going to be a good finishing blow, or perhaps he's got a combination that is good in the surf, and he might be looking to implement that coming back. And apologies, I'm not sure who's on Hano today. I need to kind of brush up on my knowledge on who's on that crew, but I know you got the likes of David, Clark. I just can't. It's hard to tell who's on there. But yeah, we're alongside them, and they're still going out.
Yeah.
So they're still going. They're heading straight out to sea, and yeah, they're really on each other right now. It looks like NAC has the slight advantage, and they're to the inside or to the left of Hano, and you got to think that that's exactly where Will wants to be.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants inside on the turn, no matter what. We'll get you guys a camera shot here in a minute. Holding our way out here with these, to be a little violent on the boat while we're doing it.
And you know what? Just as a, I guess as a preview, we're most likely going to follow them all the way back, right? Just given how fast they're going. Yeah, yeah. So we'll try to update you as much as we can on what the field looks like behind them. Perhaps we could fly the drone up and go check out the rest of the top 5. But
It's this turn. They've opened up, I don't know, 1/8 of a mile on third place, Lonakila.
Yep. That's the thing with Danny, bro. He will, sitting in seat 6, he will push everybody out of the way to finish in the top 3 today. That's my prediction on that. But yeah, looking forward to seeing this neck to neck battle we got with NAC and Hano. It's going to be a good preview, not just for today's race, but heck, like the rest of the season, right? The rest of the 9-man season. I do know this, bro. We got our work cut out for us at Lanakila.
Well, you're missing some staples right now.
Yeah, we're missing I think half of our crew, more than half of our crew right now are starting 6. So, but again, it's good to see the other guys step up and get this time in the water. Yeah, yeah.
Like NAC's opening up a little bit here on Mono. Should give a little bit of thanks.
Give thanks.
Thanks.
Give Thanksgiving in August.
Thanksgiving in August. I'd like to give thanks to YK, Hawaiian Volcanic Water.
Oh yeah, drink healthy, drink sustainably, drink ethically.
Guys that style us out with our shades, cane and sunglasses.
Yep, cane and sunglasses never compromise.
Big shout out to Bruce Moore and Florence for always stoking us out with some. Florence for building things that motivate us to get outside and thrive in the elements while to purpose, protect the ocean and the land. One of the Braddahs, homes there.
Yeah, let's give a shout out. We got Sports Basement SoCal. We sell the best brands at basement prices.
And I used to check too. If you guys are shopping for back to school stuff, that's a good place to go, right?
Yeah. Well, and 9-man season, I've been gearing up with Sports Basement for years. Of course, I'm biased, but we got some of the best gear, for camping, race nutrition. We sell you sell all your favorite brands like Element, Martin. But we always have good deals, so come check us out. We got a location in Long Beach, right down the road from Kahakai. And then we also have another location in Orange County in Fountain Valley. And then I'm happy to share that we're going to be opening another location soon in the South Bay. Coming to LA here. We're probably going to be opening doors after 9-man season, but we're very excited to be opening up another store in Southern California, and the expansion just continues. So Come check us out, Sports Basement.
Last but not least, our newest friend and helper, Quick Lid Paddles.
Train hard, go fast, have fun.
Right.
Jimmy T, where is the beaver tail? Bust out the beaver tail. Let's go. And we'll play it at Sports Basement in the pickleball court.
Jimmy. Almost getting ready to make another turn.
Anyway, yeah, thanks to all of our sponsors, partners, friends, supporters. Thanks to our wives and family back home letting us do this today. Thank you to Julie for watching my baby girl. And yeah, without you guys, we can't, nothing, all this is impossible. So huge mahalo. And thank you to everyone for watching.
There's a little bit of downtime here, but we kind of been teaching ourselves. Here's one move. It's a ton of capture. Man, Billy's really taking us out.
He's taking us out, bro. Yeah.
We're looking for a straight beeline.
As you like to say, he's pulling us in the deep end.
Yeah, he's taking us in the deep end.
Check out the watercolor; it's even deeper. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, almost to the turn. We're about get the quarter of a mile to the turn here.
Yeah, it's right there.
We're gonna have a nice swell direction coming back home. I almost think Billy does it on purpose, so we can have a show.
Yeah, I like that script. Yeah, I mean, just from you know, I've been out here, of course, for 9-man races, but you know, you're so locked in on your crew that it's you know, you're not really paying attention to the landscape as much, and it's pretty cool to see, you know, just the wide lens of the California coast here. I mean, shoot, I'm looking north and can almost see like Cabrillo, you know.
Been a very beautiful day.
Maybe not that far, but could definitely see Newport. Small kind Huntington, I think, a little bit.
You know, speaking of Billy Whitford, he told me a joke. You ready?
Wait, Billy Whitford told you a joke? I gotta hear this.
What does a Hawaiian with a short leg say to his brother?
Not even, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? Bro? I was thinking of that joke this morning.
Yeah.
When I was pouring out formula for Maggie, well, i.e. for your wife Julie, and I was like, hey, making sure that. No, I'm sorry, I was pouring for Maggie when I was feeding her this morning, and I was like grazing the top of the powder, and I was like, make sure it's even, and I was like, oh, that's not even, bro. And I told that joke too inside my head, so that's so funny that you bust out that joke. That is Billy Whitford's favorite joke.
Yeah. Doritos down. We're gonna be making a turn.
Talk about the
Look at this line. Well, you'll see it, but the line going back to Dana Point here is straight down swell.
The irony in that not even joke is just blowing my mind right now.
You good, bro. Thinking the change.
So
we're gonna have some canoe action here in a minute, guys. Thanks for holding on.
It's a good thing you have that gimbal on the camera, because if you didn't, our footage would definitely be not even, bro.
And she's still a little bit ahead of
yeah, if they're first to the turn, man, yeah. Yeah, Will's in his bag today.
Man, it's amazing how much they've opened up on Lanakila. And then if you look way
The
back,
rest of the field, yeah.
Marina Del Rey's just nipping at Lanakila's tail. Beautiful coastline shot. Man, what a nice day. I love being on the water and calling races. It's so much fun. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. I know that we're got a big gap here. We had to make up almost, I don't know, 3 miles, Scott, probably 3 miles out to sea before we make this turn and head back down to Dana. And we'll be bringing you some really good live action here, close up, just like we did with the women coming back downhill. Looking forward to it. Thanks for being with us today.
I'm just looking forward to shoving a deck brush on Will's face after the races pop.
The
What-
deck brush.
What are we calling it? The Braddahs brush? Or the broadcast brush?
That's brush.
What do we think? Do you think he put a shirt on yet or what?
He definitely is.
Yeah, I know.
He wants to show everybody how buff he is and how hairy he is. Yeah, yeah. We all of us who don't grow hair on our head have a problem.
I got a funny
But our head.
I got a funny feeling that let's say, and I'm not trying to, predict anything here, but if they form a sizable lead going downwind, he might the kind just put Tyson in there steer
Let him steer.
and
then
get in yeah.
It's very possible. I mean, Tyson is really good in surf, no doubt.
That's what you just have to step back one.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's we've
Yeah.
all done that. That's not easy to do. Stepping back in the unlimited canoes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wondering, like, that would have been good to head out there to the turnout.
Well, we
Let's
didn't
see
know
if
we
we
were going to drop it.
can kind of. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Cats are coming down.
What do you guys think? Should we?
Oh, you mean the gap? Yeah. Quarter mile probably.
Yeah.
Who's our action for right now? Are you
Yeah.
coming on by?
And to kind of update you, yeah, like what Eric was saying, NAC and Hano has stretched about a quarter-mile lead on Lanakila, maybe even more, because they're already around the turn. And
They're working.
yeah,
They
and
don't look tired at all.
you know what? Either Quick Blade or sorry, Team California or Marina. They're right on. Yeah. Okay. So Marina is right on Lanakila, about 40 meters behind.
Don't be afraid, Eric. Get that shot.
What do you guys think we should do? Should we stay back with Lanakila and then work our way towards? Yeah. All right, we'll just the kind then. We'll follow the leaders.
Shell last year.
Yeah.
He had a heck of a time.
Yeah.
Getting that gap back up.
I mean, you're kind of comparing NAC to Chauvel right now. And it's flat. But
Let's give the benefit of the doubt.
okay. Yeah.
They're-
Yeah. These two guys, yeah. And check out the cadence now from NAC, right? They're going down swell. A little bit higher, right? A little bit more turnover.
All right. Yeah, they're not far apart.
No. Yeah, this is just gonna come down to changes. Oh, it looks like Claudio and two wanted to get on the Will program.
Yeah, no shirt.
Yeah. Mm.
Is Claudio sporting a mustache? He looks like an 80s porn star. Take that off.
Good boys. That's a good combo. I don't know who's in seat 1, but you got Claudio 2, Judd 3, Tyson, T-Pop 4, Justice 5, and then who do we got here? Hano. Oh, you got definitely have Oh, is it?
Hey, Nanu.
Oh, Nanu's on the escort boat.
What's wrong with these guys?
You got Ryan Murphy, looks like in 5. Yeah, I want to say that's Ryan Murphy in C5, and he's kind of a new addition to Hano Hano this year because he used to be at Dana, right? And I
Jumped to the port for a little while too.
I don't know. But I think that's him in C5. It kind of looks like him. Yeah, okay, so you got the likes of Nanu. You got, looks like there's Clark in there. Cali Paddler Clark. Um, I imagine you got David in there. It's just hard to distinguish who is who. Um, their steersman, I think is Guillaume steering them? Yeah, I
Looks like him on.
yeah, I wonder. And again, apologies, I really don't know, but they're looking good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The brighter your hat is, the harder it is to tell your face. I find, and I'm not the best with color, so. And for all we know, we probably just totally mess up all these names because that's how deep Hano Hano is. They have so many guys on their team.
Let's see. Stroking there is Steve Nash. Sitting number 2 is Kevin Garnett.
Shaquille O'Neal, and he's sitting on the Alma right now. Huh? Oh, okay. So David's not. Oh, okay. Thank you to our friends home watching or viewing.
Yeah, Will's got a good combo in right now. Yeah, so does Hano though.
Yeah. So you got eyes on Will right now. So check out how. So from
So Hano
okay. Oh, they're gonna do a change. Yeah, yeah.
guys in the water here. Ones, the chase close, and here we go. 1-3-5 switch. Put it to Houston at 30 feet.
I gotta say, Braddahs, as fast as Will's canoe is the ERC canoe, it's not my favorite canoe to do a change in.
Whitey was commenting on that a little bit this morning. She was saying that everyone feels like they gotta come vertically forward to get it.
Yeah, I mean it's a higher, it's a very dry canoe, right?
But
So
that's straight up.
it's a dry canoe. It's a higher deck, yeah. And it's of course it's super light. The gunnels are very narrow, right? And because it's a dry canoe, you notice there's no canvases, right? So the canvases they offer grip on the unlimiteds, on the Malolos, where because this canoe is so kick ass that it doesn't even need canvases. That's the trade off is doing the changes in them. Which is probably another reason why you don't see a lot of the women do race 9-man with the Malama, just because it's a higher way up, and the women they like to hook getting in, so it makes it challenging. So yeah, you got to really wax the gunnels on these.
You can see open up a little bit of a gap there on that change. Hano's going to work on reel in a minute.
Yeah, look, they're in attack mode right now. They just picked it up.
They say attack mode, Joe.
Just a change in stroke race.
It's a little bit. put the weight forward.
Yeah, just a little bit more attack on the front end, right? The focus is to kind of get that paddle right back in, and especially when there's a swell, right? And here in Southern California, the swells are, they're not as sharp, they're small, so you got to make sure you're picking the right time to do so. And as long as you are, after you're done attacking or you're done bursting, that you are settling back into that big wheel, releasing the canoe, letting the canoe travel.
Will was kind of sharing with me one time. You can vouch for this. He was saying that California waves, as the canoe starts to pitch, and be on top,
Yeah,
let the canoe sit high on the swell so it runs with the swell.
you will be early.
Forward into it, right?
Yeah, you cannot be early on it, right? And because sometimes if you're too early,
Let's say like paddling on your one man downwinder, as you see the waves kind of form in front of you, you're chasing that down, right?
yeah, and it's just you paddling that, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, the concept of like how the waves different, how
yeah,
I said you fail there. So
no, not at all. No, yeah. So it's like, so when I say early, right? Like, so if like, let's say if the stroker is early, sometimes seats 3, 4, 5, they may be behind. They may not know that the stroker sees the wave in front, right? Attacking, and that could throw the timing off. When you're looking to, burst onto that swell. So to Will's point, right? If you're higher, and if you're higher too, and if you're in a good crew,
yeah,
a lot of teams can see that, and then they can kind of fire together, and then you have all that real estate, all that that slope, that ramp that kind of goes down that you can utilize.
yeah,
Because you're not necessarily trying to drop in, right? You're just trying to use the swell.
right.
And again, the fetch and the swell is so small here in California that there's enough to surge, but it's not going to carry you super far like a wave, like going across the Kaiwi Channel.
Yeah. Not a lot of uplift, huh?
Yeah. There's not as much fetch. So if you're just arming it, and we got the Braddahs here waving. We're a little delayed on that, but
yeah, sorry.
But yeah, so and that's the thing, right? It's not just timing in your crew, it's also timing in the water with what the canoe is doing in relation to the swell.
Hey, kind of a segue here. Look at the name on the front of that canoe right there.
Malama?
No, La Lima.
Oh, La Lima, helping hands? Man, I cannot read for back here. Yeah, helping hands, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that's what it takes, right? To get your canoe to go forward.
Yep.
See right here, that's a good attack. But it's like, what do you do with it? Because if you attack too hard, you could set your crew up for failure on the next change or on the next swell. You don't want to work it too hard. So to Will's point, well, kind of saying hi, you have that real estate to just not necessarily trying to shoot down, but you have just a lot more swell to work with.
So you as a stroker, Joe, how does that relate to you sitting in seat one? And how do you keep the back of the boat from either pushing you too much or slowing you down too much?
It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier about patience, right? So again, if I attack too early, that's going to throw off 2, it's going to throw off 3. It's the chain reaction happens, and you'll see that a lot with the crews behind us, right?
Right.
Sometimes like I'll see a wave, right? Like, and I make this mistake, and I try not to make those mistakes as I continue paddling over the years. But sometimes, like in sitting in seat one, you can feel like you're alone up there, and especially in these unlimited canoes,
on an island, yeah,
it offers a lot of speed. So you kind of get in one man mode, and that's not the approach that you want. You got to always remember that you have 5 other guys behind you. So your job is to just set it up for your crew
Is that on?
Your job is to just set it up for the crew and manage the energy.
Uh-oh. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
just when it was getting good.
I know. Well, no, our audio's recorded, but I don't have it.
Oh. All right, well, here we are. We got our pants down in the dark, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's like the Blair Witch Project for canoe paddling.
Uh-oh.
I don't think
Something
Justin
happened.
thinks that's funny.
So I try to figure this out real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep talking,
Stand
bro.
by.
Keep
But
talking.
anyway, all right. So you can't see us, but NAC just made a change, and Hano just made a maneuver and attacked and overlapped with NAC. And this is I'm gonna try to we're gonna put our face for radio on right now. So this is all we're in radio mode here. So yeah, we got.